Good evening to the Board of Education and cabinet members, Saddleback faculty, parents, guests, and the class of 2024. Before we start, I would like to thank everyone who is here today for being part of or celebrating with the class of 2024. Antes de empezar, le quiero agradecer a todos que son parte de o están aquí para celebrar a la clase de 2024 because the very fact of being here, being part of this graduating class, shows a degree of hard work and determination that we all must have put forth in order to be graduating this year. The opportunity that I have for being able to talk to you today as salutatorian is a testament to the way in which Saddleback has guided me through these past 4 years. Prior to even being in the running for the top spots of the senior class, I was a troubled student who struggled academically and was always thought of as not being able to succeed in my classes by prior peers and prior teachers in the past schools I have attended. Coming to Saddleback during my freshman year in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, I thought that I was going to struggle like I had. But due to the guidance of teachers and counselors, I was able to, for the first time, to see it as success in my academics, and was encouraged to join the International Baccalaureate program. And I became obsessed with keeping the academic success I had just experienced and fought tooth and nail to accomplish my personal goal of achieving straight A's during high school, which I managed to accomplish even with the hardships of the IB program. I would like to thank all IB teachers before I continue for having guided me through this difficult program and for going above and beyond for all their students. I would also like to thank Ms. Cruz for having gone through with not just me but all of us through this drastic change in the financial aid program and having been on top of it. And I also like to thank Ms. Aguirre for encouraging me to join the IB program even though I was doubtful at the time because of my prior experience. And I share with you guys these accomplishments not to gloat, but also to share with you guys that we are not supposed to be born with some type of virtue that we can exploit and then go on to just follow. If we work hard towards something that we have in mind, we are going to be able to succeed in it, no matter the hardships that we face or how much we think that we aren't. And something that this experience and this obsession has given me is that even though I have completed my academic goals and earning this salutatorian position speaking to you guys today, it came at a high personal cost, as obtaining this position led to me having to sacrifice personal relationships and not attending most gatherings with my friends and peers during my last 4 years of high school. And this was due to the obsession I had with always achieving better grades and higher academic status. Now that I'm standing here graduating with you guys, I came to the realization that I should have also prioritized my personal relationships and have found a balance between the two. One piece of advice I would like to give all graduating classes of 2024, not just here in Saddleback, would be to always prioritize what you need in the moment. Don't focus only on your academic or career goals or only focus on your personal relationships, but always stay focused on whatever it requires in that moment, whether it be one or the other, but never sacrifice one in order to obtain the other. And to conclude, I would like to give a special thanks to the IB class of 2024 for having stuck with me throughout this difficult program and always being willing to help anyone who needed it and making the experience enjoyable through laughs and memorable interactions. I would like to give the biggest shout out to my family. Le quisiera dar las gracias más grande a mi familia por haber estado conmigo durante esta experiencia en Saddleback y haber estado conmigo no solo durante tiempos que se celebren como este, pero también tiempos en que me la vi muy duro y no importando qué situación era, ellos siempre estuvieron ahí conmigo. And lastly, I would like to tell the graduating class of 2024 that as we all go off to our individual futures, to prioritize what is most important to you at the time and to do what makes you happy. I find that we spend most of our time trying to go and do what others tell us to do, like trying to pursue a specific career or a specific goal, but we should always follow our own ambitions and be the first in whoever and whatever goals we have for our futures. Because if you're not the first, you're gonna be the last to do it. So, thank you all, and I hope you all find success in your future.
Thank you, Angel. And now, please join me in welcoming our class of 2024 valedictorian, who has been a student at Saddleback's IB program since 7th grade, and who will be attending UCLA as well, majoring in biology. Ladies and gentlemen, Janelle Ayala.
Good evening to the Board of Education and cabinet members, Saddleback faculty, parents, guests, and of course my fellow graduates. My name is Janelle Ayala, and it is the greatest honor to be recognized as the class of 2024's valedictorian. 6 years ago, I was a little 7th grader here at Saddleback in the IB program. Truthfully, I just wanted to come to Saddleback because I thought it was cool to go to high school as a little kid. But never did I expect to be standing before you all. Saddleback became my home and the place I grew up. This is the place where I cultivated a family and began to realize who I truly am. When I first learned of my candidacy for valedictorian, I was in utter shock. The truth is, I was just getting good grades because I knew that's what was expected of me. As a first-generation student and eldest daughter of immigrants, I knew what my role was supposed to be. I never stopped to think of this possibility. With that said, the pressure of running for this position was immense, and I pushed myself past my own limits. There were times when I felt helpless and like giving up on this dream. Some nights I would study math so hard and for so long that I would go to sleep thinking and dreaming about equations. My greatest motivation as part of this were my parents and the legacy that they had for me. Their sacrifices to give me and my brother a better life would not go in vain. I knew I had to make my family proud. In the grand scheme of things, the title of valedictorian is determined by a number, my GPA. But just like you all, I am more than a number. I am Salvadorian American. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a friend. I am a student. I am a roadrunner. I am now a Bruin. I am me. For the past 2 years, I have had the same classes with the same 18 people in the IB program. They're right in these 2 lines to my left. Some of them I've known since kindergarten, others since 7th grade, others even less than that. But what I feel remains the same and as strong as ever. Together, we have suffered and struggled, but we also laughed and smiled. Some of my most fondest memories include laughing so hard that I had to hold my stomach from the pain. Do you remember when we were stuck in line for 4 hours at Knott's and were going insane? Do you remember how much we would laugh in Mr. Bond's class? Do you remember when we went on our San Francisco trip? I hope you never forget me because I'll never forget you. It brings me pride in my heart to have known such bright individuals with such a bright future ahead of them. It feels even better to have found people that believe in me just as much as I do in them. You all have made my life better and have shown me the definition of what it means to be true friends. I love you all. Next, I would like to thank God for sustaining me till this day and for giving me all the opportunities that I have received. I know that without Him, I would not be in this position. Primeramente, me gustaría darle las gracias a Dios por sostenerme hasta este día y por proveerme con una multitud de oportunidades. Sé de que sin Él no estaría en este lugar. I would like to thank my parents, who out of everybody in my life, believe in me the most. They are my biggest inspiration to keep going forward so that I may provide them with a better life. Quiero que sepan que los amo mucho. Gracias por todo lo que han hecho por mí. I would also like to thank my family members, coaches, teammates, and other friends as well for inspiring me to do my best. Lastly, a special thanks goes out to